Hi everybody, I'm back with an update on the Avro Speedster. We're going to put some suspension on it now. I took some rust remover and cleaned this down to bare steel, epoxy primed it, and put some urethane enamel on it, urethane paint, activated color. And now I'm going to replace the upper and lower ball joints and put the caliper on it, the front spindle, sand the paint off, the overspray off on the surface where the pads go on the rotor, and I bought a brand new CV shaft to go in. So this side should be all ready to join a flex hose, a new flex hose, and a brake line onto, and run it up to where the braking system is inside the cowl. There's a proportioning valve, and the booster and the master cylinder are all joined up under that scoop right there. So we're gonna sort that out in the future. For now, we're just gonna get this wheel done today and do an alignment. So that's what I hope to do today. So what I want to do now is take this new ball joint, and put it in here. And in order to do that, I think I might need to open this up a bit with a chisel and clean out the inside of this barrel. So this new bulletproof, apparently, and you can grease them, which is kind of cool. There's no grease fitting on them, but there's a little nipple and a hole that you can inject it into. I have to make sure that I make that little hole exposed so I can get at it, not at the wheel, but kind of at the back. So I'll have to make sure I position it right there. Okay, so we'll stick this little 240 flat wheel in that opening and clean it out good. There we go. That opens it up. And could use some tapping, but I think what I'm going to do, give it another shot here maybe. And I think it's a slight possibility if I put a little tiny bit of Wiener slider on there. Set her up, tap it in. Looks like it could go a lot more. Okay. I'll take the chisel out. Tap this a couple more times. And she's in. Okay, now we have a nice new bolt that should thread right in there. So, we got the CV shaft here. I'm just wondering if it's going to go in, because when it's really lowered like this, the shaft actually rubs up against this suspension. Like it just touches it. Okay, that's that. In. There we go. So that's in. This here has to, I know what I gotta do. I gotta take this tie rod end off here. So that is an 18. Also needs a cotter pin put in it. had a Newcastle nut. If I find one, I'll replace it. Now, I want to get that tie rod into there, and I don't want to hurt that, so I'm going to thread this castle nut upside down on it all the way till it's flush. Not flush, but up a bit, so when I beat it, it'll actually come off. And then you hammer, give it a shot. Nope. Definitely need to get down that. So you can get the wrench on in some positions. And then it's kind of semi-tight. Time for a new nut. Just give it a tap here. There we go, that did it. Alright, so now I hope I don't have to, but it looks like I'm going to have to take the bottom ball joint off. This lower ball joint. Take it off. And fit it on the shaft. And I want to leave the ball joint in the spindle. So, I'll do the same thing. It's not anything. I just set it in there, I didn't tighten it yet. So I'll put this on here, because that's where it's going to go. That gets dropped into there. And then maybe put the nut on here. Very good rubber. That's not for that. This is for this. Alright. We have the CD shaft in there. And it's not hitting like I thought it might be. That. Okay, so that's that. Now I need my upper controller. And we've got to take the tape off of that all the way there. Washer there. Washer there. Nuts. Nuts. Okay. That goes down on there like that. This goes up here. And I think these are loosened off. Adjust that accordingly. Alright, so now I need the nut for here. That won't work. Starting to turn, and I need a screwdriver to stop it. I definitely need more washers on there. Because the cotter pin won't have any crown to hang on to back the nut off. And I want the cotter pin through the nut when it's tight. Is that the right size? There you go. That's the nutting right there. A wheel nut. And I'm just going to make it into a crown nut. I'm going to take the mini grinder and I'm going to make it into a crown nut. And that'll hold that on there like, damn! Because it's a high crown nut. Yeah, see, that would do it 2 washers. So I'm going to put one of these washers on there. Like that. So all the directions. So I'm going to hang on to this with a pair of vice grips, I think. Or I could put it in the vise. Making a crown nut. There we go. I think that'll do it. There we go. Another crown nut. So that works. And is that a 3/4? No. That is even a heftier nut than the nut that was on it. 60. That should hold this bugger together. It's a wheel nut. And ye shall find. There we go. There's the cotter. All beautiful. Back together again. So now we can get the caliper bracket. Oh, it's so fucking dark in here. Caliper goes on the back. So let's see what this. And these bolts, I hope, aren't too long. They appear to be from something else. So I don't think so. Hard to say. It might not work. Here is a 17. Yeah, bolts are the right length. If I had a 17 ratchet wrench, I'd be all over this. I don't want to break the ratchet wrench. Okay, so that's that. So here we go. I need something that's going to tell me if we got proper alignment here. So I'm looking for a square. A square I don't have because it's on the job site. But I have a piece of aluminum here that was sheared, and it is square. So when I lay this aluminum up here, and I touch the tire tread there, the outside sidewall, and the sidewall up here, gives me a pretty good idea that the footprint is sitting flat on the road, and there's nothing to adjust there. It looks pretty good that way, other than the toe, and whether I need to space this upper ball joint forward or back, and that's your caster. But the camber is right on the money. And again, we take the piece of aluminum, put it flat on the floor, and touching at the bottom, and tilted quite a bit, like 3/8 of an inch at the top. So the top has to be adjusted out, so this here is square to the road. That tire sits square to the road. Jack under here. Jack her up so she's off the ground. Okay. And now to take this upper ball joint off here.
You're just a miserly country, Ben.
We'll use this one. Wow. If I put the nut back on it. And pry up here. Hammer there. And that did it. Okay. Take the nut off. two inside nuts off. Nuts, I got this weapon here. Eventually, I'll cut the length of these off because these bolts I put through here are pretty long. So it might be a good idea to do that soon when I'm done in here. So let me just take this little piece out of here. It's on an acorn nut, and I think that's shielding out of the way. A little bit of oil on it in there. Some WD transmission fluid. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Too much trouble. This is tight. Okay, I think that will do it. Definitely needs to be cleaned up. So I'll grab both of them. We got some anti-seize here. A little bit on there. And a little on the thread. Then I'll put a little bit on here. So we don't have that happen again anymore. And thread these buggers back in there. So I'm thinking I gotta come out 3/16 of an inch to get the right camber. So I don't know where it was before, but I'm just gonna guess. I might be moving this a couple times. Try that. Try that right there. That's that one. And then I'll screw this one in. This one here goes the opposite way. It's a left. And I welded these bungs in the end of this pipe. Whoops. This left-handed thread. Okay, so just about there. So why don't we give that a shot. And we put this control arm. Okay, that's the front. So I'm going to okay, so I'll slide that on there. I'm gonna have them both going off at the same time. That's the way I got it situated. And that goes on there. Now that looks like, throw that on there. Throw that there. Put this on. That in. 3/4. That's tight. I didn't put any washers in there. And we'll check. See if I'm going to have to adjust anything physically and modify it. On here. Now, let's see what we got here. Here's our 90-degree flush to the floor. And now we're a little too far out. So I gotta go, I got like an 1/8 inch, so I need to turn that one in a 16th and that one in a 16th. And that will get my camber angle.